Yes. My question, Mr. Speaker, we all know that immigration is absolutely vital to our province. And Manitoba Liberals are very strong supporters of the view that the settlement services are best delivered by the province. We don't actually always believe that the provincial government is doing as well as it could be. Indeed, we think they could be improved. And as a result, my question is to the Premier. Is he prepared to put more resources and improve the delivery of settlement services if the federal government reverses its decision and returns the responsibility of settlement services to the province?
Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for River Heights, the Leader of the Liberal Party, for his comments and support of the delivery model that is being put forward in Manitoba right now and has been in place for the last 12 years. The short answer is yes. The short answer is yes, Mr. Speaker, and I just want to point out to him that in previous years, 08-09, we put an additional $17.2 million in to supporting settlement in Manitoba. In 2009 and 10, we put $18.1 million in, and 2010 and 11, we put $20.3 million, and we estimate that it'll be in the order of $21 million. So, as I said earlier, in response to a previous question, we provide additional support through the education system. English is an additional language. We provide additional support through our housing programs. We provide additional support through family services. We provide additional support through the healthcare system, and we will continue to do that. And that's why it would have been very helpful before the federal government made the decision they did, unilaterally, without notice or discussion, if they would have sat down and had a conversation based on the successful evaluations of the programs, would have had a conversation with the community and the government about what their concerns were and what their intentions were, and we could have clarified these matters without the partisan political rhetoric we've seen from the members opposite.
Mr. Speaker, we believe there is still significant room for improvement. I would say this, Mr. Speaker, Manitoba Liberals don't believe that immigrants should be treated as a political ping-pong ball to be batted back and forth between Manitoba and Ottawa.
Not like that, Minister.
We believe that settlement services should be delivered in Manitoba by Manitobans and not from Calgary or Ottawa.
Not by that, Minister.
I asked the Premier to tell us what he will do to work with all parties to improve immigration settlement.
Nobody trusts it.
If the federal decision is reversed and this immigration settlement responsibility is returned to the province, what will the Premier do to improve and to depoliticize the delivery of services?
And again, Mr. Speaker, I thank the member from River Heights for the question. I think it's a good question. And that is the spirit in which the resolution, which we will debate later on today, was written, to recognize when the original agreement was put in place, it was initiated between the federal Liberal government and the provincial progressive Conservative government. And now it continues under a new Democratic provincial government and a federal Conservative government. There's ample room in there for all political parties to join hands and do what's best for Manitoba. Absolutely. And we will continue to invest in these services, whether it's in our schools, our health system, our family services system, whether it's in housing and community development, whether it's in labor market agreements and labor market supports, and directly through the agreement itself. We think that approach to bring all the departments at the provincial level together in partnership with the 200 nonprofit organizations which are delivering services to newcomers is a proven success in Manitoba, a proven success that is widely admired by provinces across Canada, and that is why so many of them have said we would like to do the same thing and have come here to learn from our experience on how they can also have the same success that we have.
Mr. Speaker, I have learned from many years as an elected politician, both at the federal and the provincial level, that there's a very important principle which is called subsidiarity, that services should be delivered by the government best positioned to deliver those services, and in the case of immigration settlement services, I believe that's the province. I would ask the Premier, is the Premier prepared to lead a delegation to Ottawa on the issue of immigration settlement services, including hopefully all parties and representative from organizations delivering settlement services in Manitoba, to try and reverse the decision of the federal government?
Again, I thank the member from River Heights for what I consider to be a very constructive question he's put forward, because he's really suggesting that we need to continue to come together as a community, the nonprofit sector, the business community, the education institutions, the health institutions, all of us, including people here at the legislature, and show that we have a broad consensus in Manitoba about how we deliver these programs. And I note the member has identified this principle of subsidiarity. It's a complicated word which means simply that the services should be delivered at the level where they will be able to be tailored most appropriately to meet the needs of the newcomers and the labor markets within which we want them to integrate. To be able to deliver the services closer to where people go to school in their neighborhoods. And I see that happening in my own neighborhood, where we have many newcomers going to our local school, and people that are coming here from around the world and participating in that school as volunteers and as teacher aides, and as they get their qualification as teachers. So the suggestion he puts on the table is one that I think is a good one. We will take it seriously and canvass the community for support.
Order, please.